There is nothing of value that the modern left offers America. I've told you, my beloved audience, the Democrats have devolved into a godless, soulless, lawless, anti-American party. And despite the efforts of the biased press to divert blame and protect the Democrats' depravity, Americans are finding out just how dangerous and corrupt Democrats are. Democrats are everything I've said they are, and that's bad news for our country in today's preamble. I have said Democrats hate this country and the laws and the Constitution designed to protect our people from their kind. If you weren't convinced by Democrats traveling to El Salvador to demand the return of a criminal illegal alien terrorist and accused wife-beater, if you are not convinced by Democrats showing up to detention centers, trying to free foreign nationals slated for deportation after those nationals had declared their opposition to our nation and our allies, then perhaps you'll be convinced by all of this. A Wisconsin judge was arrested by the FBI. Milwaukee County Circuit Judge Hannah Dugan was arrested for allegedly helping a criminal illegal alien evade arrest last week. FBI Director Kash Patel writing on X, quote, "Just now, the FBI arrested Judge Hannah Dugan out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin on charges of obstruction after evidence of Judge Dugan obstructing an immigration arrest operation last week. We believe Judge Dugan intentionally misdirected federal agents away from the subject to be arrested in her courthouse. Eduardo Flores Ruiz, allowing the subject, an illegal alien, to evade arrest," end quote. A left-wing judge was so desperate to keep a criminal illegal alien in America, she was allegedly willing to obstruct justice and aid and abet that criminal. That's illegal, by the way. According to reports, another left-wing judge is threatening not to do her job after the FBI refused to look the other way on Judge Dugan's alleged illegal activities. Monica Isham, a Sawyer County judge, a circuit court judge, is threatening not to hear cases. I say good. After refusing to do her job, there will be no excuse not to impeach or remove that rogue judge. Another Democrat judge, Jose Joel Cano, and his wife were reportedly taken into custody last Thursday by federal officials after being accused of harboring a Tren de Aragua gang member in their home. Does this not show that the Democrats are the party of the illegal alien criminal? In response to the arrests of the judges, leftists are declaring, "This is evidence of President Trump behaving like a dictator." That's right. Applying the law to everyone is a dictatorial action by Trump, according to left-wing kooks. But if you remember, these are the very same leftists who were saying something very different when fake charges were leveled against President Trump. They were saying very different things when January 6th American protesters were denied their due process rights.
No one is above the law.
No one above the law.
Does uphold the basic notion that nobody's above the law.
A test of the principle that no one is above the law, that the law applies equally to everyone.
First, let me be clear. No one is above the law.
The president must be held accountable. No one is above the law.
Oh, but apparently leftists are above the law. Just ask all of those folks who were pardoned by Joe Biden for crimes we didn't know they committed. Just ask all the district judges who are doing everything they can to reward illegal immigration and the estimated 45 million illegals who are in the United States right now. Just ask all of those rogue judges who are doing everything they can, even violating the laws themselves, to keep criminal illegal aliens here in our country and harming our people. Just ask the Democrats who are fighting to keep our borders open and keep illegal aliens in this country, even after they do horrific things to our people, like the most recent case of an illegal alien who admitted he raped a 13-year-old boy that was just playing hide and seek with his brother in a Florida neighborhood. And we all see the game here, don't we? The lawless leftists opened up our borders and allowed millions of unvetted criminal illegal aliens to break into America. In fact, both political parties have allowed this to happen over the last half century. Now that we have a law-abiding president, they want to confer constitutional rights onto illegal aliens who broke our laws and the Constitution to enter our nation in the first place. That's the game. Both Republicans and Democrats conspired with each other against our people to usher in an estimated 45 million illegal aliens. And now that Trump wants to comply with the law and get rid of criminal illegal alien foreign nationals who have no business being on American soil to begin with, the leftists want to give them all court dates. It would take decades to give court dates to all the illegal aliens just let in by Joe Biden. So your government worked to screw you over, and then the same government works to prevent anyone from repairing the damage. Fun, huh? In the midst of this invasion, some have suggested that the president suspend habeas corpus for illegal aliens, saying they shouldn't be able to break the law and violate the Constitution in an effort to get protections from the law and the Constitution. This was addressed in the first question asked by D.C. Drano, a conservative influencer on X, at the White House today.
In Trump's first 99 days, we've seen a coordinated assault on the rule of law by radical judges who are thwarting his agenda with an unprecedented number of national injunctions. These judges are providing more due process to violent MS-13 and Tren de Aragua illegal aliens than they did for American citizens who peacefully protested on January 6th. As Stephen Miller has highlighted, it would be utterly ridiculous to have full trials and appeals for the more than 15 million illegal aliens that came across our border under Joe Biden. Many are now calling for Trump to circumvent these radical judges and consider suspending the writ of habeas corpus solely for these illegal aliens in accordance with the terms of Article 1, Section 9 of the United States Constitution, which explicitly allows for such a measure when there is a rebellion or invasion. There's strong precedent for this action, being that it was exercised by three of our greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln, Ulysses S. Grant, and Democrats' favorite president of all time, FDR.
That brings up lots of legal analyses and questions. Who can declare an invasion? Who can suspend habeas corpus? As mentioned, presidents have suspended the right to see a judge during times of war. Presidents of both parties have done this in concurrence with the Habeas Corpus Suspension Act of 1863. But without a declared war, what does the Constitution say about an invasion and habeas corpus? Article 1, Section 9, Clause 2 of the U.S. Constitution says, the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless, when in cases of rebellion or invasion, the public safety may require it, end quote. First, it's noted as a privilege in the Constitution, not a right. Secondly, you'd be hard-pressed to find any honest person who doesn't think 45 million foreign nationals with loyalty to other countries illegally in the country doesn't constitute an invasion. Thirdly, public safety is indisputably at risk. So who declares the invasion? According to a well-thought-out piece in Reason magazine, the Constitution expressly grants Congress the power to declare war, but does not indicate which branch of government can declare an invasion. The general understanding is that Article 2 grants the President of the United States the power to repel an invasion, and presumably the President can determine when such an invasion is occurring. The Militia Act of 1795 supports that presumption. The Constitution allows Congress and not the executive to suspend habeas corpus during an invasion, which would require Congress then to determine when there is an invasion, end quote. So the laws are as clear as mud on all this. So what does it all boil down to? Well, it seems, folks, political will is what's going to drive the decision on illegal aliens and this issue. Do politicians value illegal alien criminals more than they value law-abiding American citizens? Will Congress allow illegal alien criminals to benefit from our constitutional protections, even though those illegal aliens broke the law to access those protections? Isn't that the fruit of the poisonous tree standard? Here's what I can say. Nothing good comes from a government that breaks its own laws. And the sponsors behind this lawlessness are Democrats and the fake Republicans who support them every step of the way. As Americans pay with their very lives and endure horrific crimes at the hands of people who should never be here to begin with, and as the Democrats work to make sure all of them continue to do harm to us Americans, we are relegated to being second-class citizens in our own home. And we're rightly blaming the Democrats. Now, don't take my word for it. Take it from radical leftist California Senator Adam Schiff, who recounted on Bill Maher's show how he was a victim of the very crime Democrats have teed up for all of us. He found out that Americans, even in deep blue San Francisco, blame the Democrat Party. Listen to his experience in a Target store at 10 o'clock at night as he shopped for the basics that had been stolen along with his luggage.
First of all, I had to get the clerk which is hard to find to unlock the shampoo or the whatever. So that's one thing. And then I get to the cashier. The cashier asked me if I want one of those Target bags with a little bullseye on it. And I said, yes, that Target bag is going to be my luggage for the next 2 days. And she asked me what happened, and I told her. And she basically said, in not so many words, yeah, Democrats are and I thought, you know, if the cashier in South San Francisco at 10 o'clock at night believes that Democrats are assholes because the shampoo is locked up and my stuff got stolen out of the trunk, we've got a major problem that we have to address. And I think
that's an awesome story.
Now, he gets applauded. That happened to him 2 years ago. Understand, folks, the only reason why Democrats say they have a problem now is that Americans no longer wish to vote for a party of criminals whose policies benefit criminals and whose policies harm we law-abiding Americans. Otherwise, Democrats, they just continue harming us without giving it any thought. Given the reality we live in, one can only conclude that Democrats are every bit the lawless, callous, inhuman, and anti-Americans that I have said they are. The only questions are now, how much longer will Americans put up with them? And how much longer will we allow ourselves to be victimized by those Democrats? You know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.